Hey everyone, my name is Wedge and welcome to our Best of the Rest series talking about all the cards and shadows over Innistrad not individually released thus far. That was a long first sentence. Anyways, if you haven't seen this series before, there are 5 episodes, each one focusing on a different color in the set, and most of the time, we will be talking about limited playability since, let's be honest, most of the constructed playable cards are released already. As always, we'll start with white and go from there. Hope you enjoy our Best of the Rest series, and if you do, please hit that like button, helps out a lot. Apothecary Geist is 4 mana for a 2/3 spirit with flying. When it enters the battlefield, if you control another spirit, you gain 3 life. Now this isn't going to be as good as Courier Griffin most of the time. When you do have another spirit, it's amazing. When you don't, it's still playable. A 2/3 for 4 isn't ideal, but flying makes it decent. Bound by Moon Silver is 3 mana for an enchant creature aura. Enchanted creature can attack, block, or transform. You can also sacrifice another permanent and attach the enchantment to target creature. Activate this ability only once each turn. And first pickable. It was already really good without that second ability, but having the option to move it, yeah, you'll take it. There's power and flexibility, and this card brings a lot of power with it. It's a great card. Cathar's Companion is 3 mana for a 3/1 Hound. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gains indestructible until end of turn. While this is a 3/1, it'll perform much better as a blocker. Unlike something like Core Scythemaster, which gets a great combat mechanic on offense, the Companion requires you to jump through more hoops. Probably won't be worth it. Great blocker though, seriously, 3 power gets you places. Chaplain's Blessing is 1 white mana for a sorcery. You gain 5 life. No? Dauntless Cathar is 3 mana for a 3/2 human soldier. You can pay 1 mana and exile it from your graveyard to put a 1/1 white spirit token with flying onto the battlefield. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. Alright, so it could be a little better. Not being able to use the ability mid-combat is a bummer, but we're still looking at a solid creature that pseudo-replaces itself. It's limited playable. Devilthorn Fox is 2 mana for a 3/1 Fox. So yes, this is what you want. A 2 mana 3/1. Yeah, play this. It's a great filler card. Emissary of the Sleepless is 5 mana for a 2/4 spirit with flying. When it enters the battlefield, if a creature died this turn, put a 1/1 white spirit token with flying onto the battlefield. I think the card's fine. At worst, it's a flyer with a gigantic butt that'll block spirit tokens all day. At best, you're getting 2 flyers for the price of 1.5. Again, not great, but not terrible. It's a filler card. Griff's Boon is 1 white mana for an enchant creature aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has flying. You can also pay 4 mana and return the boon from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to target creature. Only use as a sorcery. Many players have already correctly compared this to an equipment that you can't move around as easily. It might look cool because you get a power boost and flying for 1 mana, but come on, this is no bone saw. Seriously though, it's not great. Hope Against Hope is 3 mana for an enchant creature aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. As long as enchanted creature is a human, it has First Strike. I think this is a fine include in any white deck, especially one where you have a lot of humans. There's an obvious synergy with mass spirits, but that First Strike you can get from the creature being a human, that's real big. It gives you some serious leverage in combat. If you're in a spirit or a human deck for limited, this is going to be pretty sweet, trust me. Humble the Brute is 5 mana for an instant with Investigate. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. It is expensive, but it does kill something big, but there aren't that many big things in the set. It's still removal, still good, and it gives you some card draw later on. Worth running at least 1. Inquisitor's Ox is 4 mana for a 2/5 Ox with Delirium. It gets +1/+0 and has Vigilance as long as there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard. I can safely say that this is a good Ox. Unless I'm going crazy, this is totally limited playable. If you can enable Delirium, it's real good. Even without it though, it isn't so bad. It's fairly costed, for sure. Inspiring Captain is 4 mana for a 3/3 human knight. When it enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. This is as strict of an upgrade as you're going to get to Amperin Tactician back in Magic Origins. Definitely playable. Pick these up mid to late in the pack. It's decent filler. Militant Inquisitor is 3 mana for a 2/3 human cleric. It gets +1/+0 for each equipment you control. No. Friends don't let friends build these limited decks. Stop it. It isn't going to work. Just don't. Moorland Drifter is 2 mana for a 2/2 spirit, and it has flying as long as you have Delirium. 2 mana for a 2/2 with flying is basically the dream. Enabling it definitely won't be, but if you can, great. If you can't, white bears for days. Gotta love a good bear and filler card. Nearhearth Chaplain is 4 mana for a 3/1 human cleric with lifelink. You can also pay 3 and exile it from your graveyard to put 2 2/2 white spirit tokens with flying onto the battlefield, only activate as a sorcery. Well, isn't this just Lingering Souls all over again, except with no delicious flashback? Aw, shucks. Anywho, this thing is bonkers. 3 power with lifelink is super good. Not to mention, again, Lingering Souls right there for you when it dies. So much value, impossible to ignore. It's a strong uncommon. Not Forgotten is 2 mana for a sorcery. Put target card from a graveyard on the top or bottom of its owner's library. Put a 1/1 white spirit token with flying onto the battlefield. I want to like this card because it does give you a card back, which is value, sort of, but it's 2 mana for a sorcery. It seems so clunky and not at all what you want to be doing with your time. I guess I'm just not sure where I would want this. I don't know. Open the Armory is 2 mana for a sorcery. Search your library for an aura or equipment card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Now, here's a card I can get excited about. This isn't idyllic tutor, but you can bet your sweet patootie this is going to see Commander play as a staple for days. Kemba, Raksha, Jorkadine. The list of equipment commanders is actually longer than you might think. This is the perfect addition to one of those strategies. That doesn't work, go the aura route. I'm sure Ural the Miststalker would welcome this with open armories. Open arms, open armory. Okay, I'm done. Puncturing Light is 2 mana for an instant. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature with power 3 or less. Sure, a souped up Searing Light? Yeah, I'm in. Easily limited playable. Removal is king, yada yada, move on. Silver Strike is 4 mana for an instant. Destroy target attacking creature, you gain 3 life. Yes, this is an expensive card, no I don't care. It even gives you life to help make up for the beating you took to get to 4 mana. Destroying any attacking creature is hugely flexible and not something you can shy away from. Easy early pick in my book. Spectral Shepherd is 3 mana for a 2/2 spirit with flying. You can pay 1 of anything and 1 blue and return target spirit you control to its owner's hand. And love this. Is it because it's a 3 mana 2/2 flyer? Yes. Is it also because it's a white creature with a blue ability? Yeah. Is it also because it makes your opponent want to hurt themselves when trying to deal with the ability? Yes. All those things. The Shepherd is the perfect card for a tempo-based spirit deck. It's genius stuff. Worth an early to mid pack pick no matter what, even if you aren't in a 100% spirit archetype. Strength of Arms is 1 white mana for an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you control an equipment, put a 1/1 white human soldier token onto the battlefield. I didn't play Lithomancer's Focus in Battle for Zendikar Limited. I probably won't play this card now. No, the additional possibility of a 1/1 doesn't matter. No thanks. Tenacity is 4 mana for an instant. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and lifelink until end of turn. Untap those creatures. I thought we were dealing with another boring board pump spell, and then I saw lifelink. Yes, please. 10 out of 10, yes, please. I'm not going to first pick this in limited or anything, but I definitely want one, especially with so many spirits running around. Give everything lifelink, and then bam, before you know it, you just made a 20-point life swing. Yeah, better than you might think. Town Gossip Monger is 1 white mana for a 1/1 human. You can tap it and an untapped creature you control and transform it into Incited Rabble, a 2/3 human that attacks each combat fable. You can also pay 2 of anything and it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Well now, just look at that art. A little old lady basically starts a riot. Could this be Emrakul in disguise? No, but seriously, what a scamp. Card itself is alright, not great because 1-drops usually want to be more aggressive than this, but it isn't the worst. Again, filler card. Looks like that's going to do it for the rest of the white cards in Shadows over Innistrad that we wanted to talk about. What do you think of the color overall? Do you feel like it can hold up at pre-release this coming weekend? Well, time to find out. Check back in the rest of the week for more Best of the Rest videos. They'll be coming out quick. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Shadows over Innistrad spoiler information you could ever need. This is the Manosaurus. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. Standard rotation is fast approaching. Why not hop on and grab a future standard staple that I think is still a bit underpriced? Oath of Nissa is only $2 each right now, but going up quick. Grab your copies now before rotation. It's a great dig spell. Click the link and help the channel. Win-win.